Hey guys, what's up? Andrew here, and yeah, welcome to my YouTube. I guess I'm gonna be starting this. So I figured I'd start it out by showing you my 97 Powerstroke Ford. So this is a 1997 Ford F350 with the 7.3 liter Powerstroke. Just happened to be a super lucky Craigslist find. I was just cruising around one day and saw this truck and ended up going to buy it. So I guess that's kind of how it works out. My original plan with this truck was pretty much to keep it stock. I was just gonna do some wheels and tires and that's about it. You know, good daily driver, just a fun weekend truck or whatever. Just couldn't pass up the deal on it, basically is what happened. But I was pulling a trailer with it and blew up the trans. And like the saying goes, your best laid plans always go to waste. So I ended up diving way deeper in this project than I was originally planning on doing. So I reached out to Randy's Transmission out of Utah and had them build their Stage 1 E4OD trans for this truck. I've been pretty happy with the result of that. While it was down waiting for the transmission, I figured that'd be a good time to do a couple other things. So I bought a Diamond Eye 4-inch turboback exhaust and put that on. That alone is a huge improvement on these 7.3 Powerstrokes because the factory downpipe on these is really restrictive. So you can actually get about 30 horsepower just from doing a downpipe on these. So if you do the full 4-inch turboback with no muffler, there's actually some significant gains to be made on these trucks, which is cool. On top of that, I also reached out to Brian at Jelly Built Performance and had him do a PHP Hydro with some custom tunes on it that accounted for the trans and the exhaust. Now what's cool about those PHP Hydros is that you can actually upload new tunes an unlimited amount of time. So right now I pretty much am running the truck either in the street tune that he has or the light tow tune or the heavy tow tune if I'm towing. And I've noticed some really big improvements on how this truck drives, shifts, everything else. The throttle response has been majorly improved and just the overall power of the truck is hugely different. So I can't say enough good things about Brian's tuning and how it really woke this truck up. The other thing I did to this truck was a Edge Insight. Just to keep track of everything on the truck and also to get a backup camera on here for when I'm pulling a trailer and hooking up, makes it way easier. So I can actually keep track of all the stuff that the computer is keeping track of. So that means I can keep track of oil pressure, oil temp, coolant temp, HPOP pressure, all that stuff because the truck is keeping track of it. And then I can also do external PIDs. So I have trans temp sensor that goes to the transmission, keep track of that, and then I also have an EGT gauge so I can keep track of exhaust temps. So I really love that Edge Insight. I've had one on both my 06 Ram and this truck. Love it, love the backup camera, love everything about it. The touchscreen is a little bit slow to respond and sometimes the backup camera is a little bit glitchy, but I really don't think there's a better option for monitoring a lot of stuff. Otherwise you'd have like 8 or 10 gauges all over the truck and I don't really want to do that or cut into the plastic. So all I did was do a single pillar pod on the A-pillar and then I got their little pod adapter for the Insight, so it just mounts into that pod and everything's super cleanly run and wired. So I don't have to worry about any wiring of gauges, lights, any of that stuff. It's just pretty much plug and play, which is really nice in this truck. Wheels and tires, I went back and forth a lot on wheels and tires for this truck and I ended up settling on a polished finish Method double standard in a 0 offset. I love this wheel, it's a classic look. I also had the rings powder coated black just to give the wheel a little bit smaller look, and I don't know, I think it just kind of finishes it off, especially with the polished hardware. And then I did a 305/70/17 Nitto Ridge Grappler tire. I've also had 35 12.5 Toyo RTs on here with a 1552 Traverse HD wheel. Both these setups I really like on the truck. However, I'm kind of partial to the polished look, especially with the white. I think it's really clean and nice. And then I did 25% tint all the way around except for the windshield because I like to see at night. But yeah, other than that, it's just a clean truck that weekend drive and stuff, it was too good to pass up. And I've always loved this body style, especially since this is a 97 F350. You get the solid front end instead of the TTB, and it's the last year of the Powerstroke. So it's a cool truck, and it's just a super useful truck. It's quiet, it's nice to drive. Now it has great power thanks to the PHP tuning. Yeah, and I've always just loved this body style. I'm a diehard Cummins guy, but something about these 7.3 trucks, they're just really fun to drive. They sound amazing. And yeah, let me know what you guys want to see in this truck. I will do more videos with it. I'll probably do a review of the tuning as well because I really like that and I figure that's something that's cool to do. But if there's anything else you guys want to know about this truck or see, comment below, let me know. Thanks so much for watching, guys.